Hello everyone, and all the people who know me on YouTube, and all the people who genuinely love me. This is a very somber video. A lot of things have happened, lots of drama, and I am just speaking things that I'm quoting, things that I'm paraphrasing that other people or I have said, and with an emphasis on quoting and not just paraphrasing what other people have said and from what I have said. And I will be quoting or paraphrasing or organically talking for the entirety of this video, including maybe quoting for the entirety of this video if I am quoting for the entirety of this video. And some things arose up where, let me put my face on the camera. Yes, I am quoting for the entirety of this video, paraphrasing for the entirety of this video, quoting for the entirety of this video and paraphrasing for the entirety of this video, and or talking and testifying for the entirety of this video, or a mix and match of all of these things. I am not a professional. I'm not medically licensed. I'm not a financial professional. I'm not a legal professional. Nothing I say in this video is me giving advice, counsel, recommendations, if it constitutes as professional counsel advice, or just prescription, just me, like, just recommending or prescribing any kind of legal, financial, or medical, any kind of information. Whenever I say anything about legality, and financial stuff and medical stuff, I'm just quoting, and I can provide references for the things that I am quoting. I'm referencing other people's work, but I'm not giving anything of my own advice, and I'm not medically licensed. Do not regard any of these things as professional, medical, legal, or financial counsel. That's not my intent. That's not what I'm doing. If you take it that way, ask me first. Tell me why you took it that way when I told you don't take it that way. If you know my background, you shouldn't receive. Just have some common sense. But anyway, so some things arose where a lot of people close to me, either friends, family, or biological family, or I can't say anything more, to protect more of their integrity and to protect me. But some things arose where I feel, for the get-go, on the record, I am not feeling scared. I am not feeling paranoid. I am not feeling anxious. If you see me fidget, I am coming off meds, and there are side effects of coming off meds. I'll just make it plain. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. Paranoid schizophrenia with religious delusions is what they used to call me, and between then and now, I was diagnosed with schizoaffective, and then I went back to schizophrenia with paranoid schizophrenia with religious delusions. But that is my official label. It's what the government labels me whenever they give me a disability check. It is what the medical institution and my medical records say. I do not dispute, I do not argue, I am not delusional about what is factually true about my diagnosis. On paper, it seems to say, physically, literally, that I was diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenic. Okay. Now, with that considered, if I literally saw something, heard something, felt something, like tactile feeling, not like feeling emotionally, but feeling. If someone hit me and I got bruised or bled, I felt that someone hit me, and I felt pain, physical pain. bruised, and bled. And if I said I saw something, and I have a body cam, and I said I saw something, and then someone says he's schizophrenic, he has a past history of mental illness and schizophrenia, and I'm like, if you say that to help me, I understand that. If you say that to get away with a crime and to hurt me when I am the only one who knows about your crime, and your crime directly hurts me. If you say I'm a schizophrenic to nullify my physical witness of your crime, that sounds wrong. That sounds illegal. More illegal than maybe your crime. If you hurt and hide and cover up the only evidence of your crime. And I'm not going to say who it is. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, but it is either a family member or a friend who knows me, who knows my address, where I live. And they could be in North Carolina, or at times in North Carolina, or live out of North Carolina. I have to be careful with what I say. And so does everyone involved in the situation. Be careful about what you say. Is an advice. Friendly advice. I mean this friendly. If you were to ask me for my honest confession and hook me to a lie detector, I will say this. I love all my family, but they, or some of them, do not love me. I am not hostile right now to any of them. I just don't want to get hurt. I don't want to be forced against my will. I do not want to be physically hurt, physically manhandled, physically arrested, physically told what to do, physically controlled, physically manipulated because of something I never did, or said, or thought, or wrote. And the past 3 or 2 times I have been hospitalized for a schizophrenic episode, there has been no accountability, no evidence. There was no camera, no audio recording equipment. And my friend or family member and group of friends and group of family members who want to hurt me now that I have realized, if I don't agree with them, and if I know things about their life that are incriminating, they do have a motive to shut me up. They do have a motive to lay up layers of cognitive dissonance, for lack of a better word, and disinformation. And true information too. I'm not, common sense, they're not all full of baloney. But it started to hit the fan. Stuff started to hit the fan when the moment I confronted my hurters with, stop hurting me. This is hurting me. It's causing me financial stress and pain. Financial stress and pain. That's objectively measurable. It is also causing me emotional pain. I am not scared. I am not anxious. If you see me fidget, it is not because I'm anxious. It might be because of akathisia. Most schizophrenics have akathisia because of their meds, or getting off meds, or side effects of meds, or it's just, when you mess with body and brain chemistry, a lot of things happen. So read my medical report. My fidgeting is akathisia. And not everyone who has akathisia is nervous. It's just it's akathisia. It's autonomous. It's not, you might hook an MRI. There's some people who can feel joy and peace and relax, and they're still fidgeting because of what? It's akathisia. But I'm not nervous. And I can deliberately take note of, don't move, don't fidget. Okay, I have nothing to hide. I'm not nervous. I'm not anxious. I'm not fearful. I don't think, well, if people are out to get me, if that is objectively, factually true, then some people are out to get me. But I have enough common sense that if you can prove to me with evidence, objective, verifiable physical evidence, that people are not out to get me, that some people, not everyone, I'm not saying everyone, quote unquote, everyone is not out to get me. I do not believe that everyone is trying to hurt me, like the people I'm trying to mention. So if anyone says that I said or I tried, there's more evidence that I am, thinking everyone's out to get me. No, on record, if you ask me, I don't think, I do not believe everyone is out to get me, like the people of my topic today. Either my family, some of my family, or some of my friends. And if you want to know why I'm being secretive, well, I do not want to haphazardly commit slander or libel. So I don't want to. I'm probably not going to mention names, only to my lawyer probably. And law enforcement. I'm not afraid. Have law enforcement. We'll get to that later. But okay, so I'm not going to mention names because they might pin me with slander. So I'm not. My lawyer told me not to mention any names. My lawyer also told me that I should not even say if it's my family member or a friend. I should just say obscure things, so that more data, more reference points, more testimony. And he wants me to be on camera. Let me sit in closer so you can see my micro. So an FBI agent can have more data to work with. They can see my tells, my emotional, physical tells. I'm going to zoom in on my face so that I have nothing to hide, really. And I want to prove that I have nothing to hide. I will show you my face. You can hook me to a lie detector if it's accurate. And I will do anything and everything it takes to prove my innocence. Let's see. Is it big enough? No, it's not big enough. Okay. So just take a look at my face. This is, if an FBI agent could decipher. I hope the lighting is. Let's see. Let's take a look at the lighting. It's decent. I'm gonna turn on one more light. It's not gonna look as pretty, but for FBI events, more lighting. So they can see my actual face. That I'm not showing any. I'm showing much less tells of guilt and criminal responses and reactions. Oh, I jumped out of view and the auto track. Let's see if we can find me again. Okay. I apologize for this technicality or this technical issues. All right. So now it's more lighting. Okay. So yeah, just take a look at my face. I have nothing to hide. So I was a victim of people lying about me. I did not do something. They said I did it. And then when they want me to shut up and they want to hide all the evidence, they just tell the law enforcement he's a danger to himself and someone else. And the law enforcement, when they came, they didn't ask me what I did. They didn't ask for camera footage or audio footage. Last 3 times, they just said, hey, what is your name? Come with us. Or, more or less variations and, deviations of these things. But, last 3 times, well, they did not ask for any evidence. They did not look for any cam. They didn't look for any audio. They didn't ask if anyone had any physical evidence of what I did. Okay. They received a phone call, and when they hear the word, when law enforcement hears the words, he's a danger to himself and other people, they do preemptive measures for people with mental illness. It's preemptive. I understand that. It's to protect people. It's to protect the law. Yes, I understand that. Now, the last 3 times I went to the hospital, or the last 2, minimalistically, I did not do anything to endanger myself or anyone else. Nothing. There is no evidence, no physical evidence. My alibis check out, and, well, from me, I did not do anything wrong. It was my honest confession. I did not do anything wrong. Crow's feet, all the microaggressions, run it through, the best, FBI agent, but it's a tell, so I'll just give them more data, so the tell could be more percentage accuracy of actually being consistent and true. Correlations, consistency. It's going to be much better than the people who try to hurt me, because they're not as skilled. And they're not as not guilty. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so for the record, I love them. I forgive them from the bottom of my heart. Like, if they apologize to me, I could forgive them from the bottom of my heart. We don't have to pursue anything. I would drop the case. I would never have to tell anyone about it. But they have not apologized to me. And whenever they have not apologized to me, they indirectly affect my physical life and my social life and my financial life in ways that I cannot undo. It's unfair what they did to me. I cannot undo. It's on record. They stained my record. They stained my reputation. They stained my financial track record. And they continue to do this still. It is December 14th, 2023. And I hope to upload it today unless someone stops me. But, with that in mind, I really have to keep it quick because people could try to stop me. There are people that it looks like there is physical evidence, physical tells on their face, on the tone of their voice. Because I have audio evidence minimalistically, physical audio evidence, unedited, still on the hardware. Did not really even copy and paste for forensic, more forensic oomph. It's really, the lengths that I go to prove my innocence when everyone tries to just hit the schizophrenic is really sad. It could be like a movie. It could be like a movie. But, I have physical evidence, provable evidence. Not like a mathematical proof, but just the common sense language, like colloquial meaning and connotations of proof, evidential proof that people have motive to hurt me, show tendencies of hurting me and wanting to hurt me still. Financially, minimalistically, then socially, then physically. But when it's physical, it's indirect. Because the people involved have way more money than me, have way more resources than me. They're just guilty. They don't have innocence. That's what they don't have, that I have. I've got innocence. And I will prove it if you give me time. But they have way more money than me. So unless I can really, really, be sharp and have my wits about me and protect myself, I have audio recording equipment on me from now on, as best as I can. I pack at least 2 audio spy recording devices on me or around me, as best as I can. I have 2 body cams, either on me or not on me, at all times, as best as I can. So, sometimes I forget, I misplace one, or, I'm not used to having to defend for my life or just defend my financial integrity, for lack of a better word, minimalistically. And when I say defend for my life, I have to put disclaimers like this. I'm not fearful of people killing me, but people may try to kill me. I'm not fearful of people trying to hurt me, but there are people that might try to hurt me. I have evidence that they show tells, behaviors, patterns, deeds, suspicious IP addresses, suspicious internet search histories, suspicious deleting and absence of. I ask them, why'd you delete it? At that time. Mysteriously, around the times that, things got spicy. Ask them. I've asked them. They don't answer me. They don't say no either. They don't say, I didn't do anything wrong. Then they don't say, they didn't, on my phone, on my records, I have, on recording, they're very smart. They're very cunning. On recording, I don't have a directly definitive them saying, yes, I did do that. I did hurt you illegally and stuff. And other things too, financially. Who would incriminate themselves? No one. Unless, they have higher values. The classical, I'm sorry, I'm going to own up. I don't want a name that my children will remember me by. That's horribly evil and pathetic. So I'm going to own up. I'm going to turn myself in, do my time. I'm going to come out, do better. Everyone likes that story. Oh, it sounds good in a movie. I don't mind living that kind of story if I was guilty, but I'm not. Now, so there are people in my family or my friends. They could be anyone on my Google account, anthonythomaslim@gmail.com, Google account, contacts, and address book on my phone. It could be all of the people involved trying to hurt me, directly or indirectly, might all just be on my phone, in my contacts. And there could be texts, incriminating texts, and Facebook messages on my phone that they have deleted on their phone. They don't have a Facebook account. They've deleted messages. They've deleted texts on their phone. But on my phone, it's there. But then my lawyer's just like, yeah, that doesn't work. What if they just didn't receive it? They could just low signal, never received it. Oh, so you didn't turn your phone at all after it was sent? Then they will say, well, I don't like Facebook. And they delete their text messages. So, well. Then I sent, and my lawyer just sent an email. CC authority, CC witnesses, third parties. And just leave it in your inbox. Yeah. If they've ever checked their email for passwords in work, because they must, they will see it. So they could delete it or not delete it. But I've CC'd witnesses. Now, what they have done to me is taking advantage of someone who is labeled schizophrenic. Not because he had a schizophrenic episode. Not because I had a schizophrenic episode. But because during my time of just living life, I witnessed them hurt me. I witnessed some of them, the people that I'm talking about, illegally commit felonies. By legal definition. Well, okay. Like, I don't want to slander. So, what is it if I saw them, heard them, they confessed out of their mouth on phone and indirectly in text messages and voicemails that they have now deleted if they want to hide it? And what do you call it when they call a family member that can find a copy of my Social Security card? And they ask, what is Anthony's Social Security number? Information's related. They have my Social Security number. Okay. What do they do with it? They go to Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, every credit report agency, and they try to lock me out of all my credit. Why? I don't. Well, ask them. Ask them. They try to lock me out of all my credit. And if they're not guilty, then just say these two things. My lawyer told me to, take a recording device, record them, or just be a witness. Remember what they say and remember it correctly. Ask them two questions. Okay, perjury, lying in federal and state court, civil court, lying under oath and affirmation is perjury. Perjury. And perjury is a punishable offense. I'm not sure about the details in every state, but it could mean more jail time, more fines, or more just, disciplinary action. But, legal action. But perjury is a crime. So you just, make them aware. Perjury is a crime. Lying or falsifying information to other people's hurt. To hide incriminating evidence. That of what? You wanting to hurt or have hurt other people. Me. If you falsify information and you then in court lie or false, provide false information, critical false information, it's just extra punishment. Okay. Just tell them if you lie or inconsistent, it could be used against you in court. You just tell them that, and then you ask them the question, did you steal Anthony's identity? Did you misuse his Social Security number? How did you get his Social Security number? Oh no, you don't have to ask them. That's insinuating something. That could be slander. In like strict, weird edge cases. Okay, so just more politely. Did you have unauthorized access and did not. How can you be authorized to use someone's social security number? They're not my agent. They can't prove that. Okay. Just tell them, were you authorized to use Anthony's social security number? And if you used Anthony's social security number, were you authorized to use it to impersonate his Anthony Thomas Lim, the name Anthony Thomas Lim? And if you obtained, and if you misused, if you did not have authorization to use it or impersonate him, did you procure or obtain his social security number from someone else who might be an accomplice? Ask them those questions and see if they say yes. If they say yes, or they could do two things. Yes, no, and what is, I don't know. Did you or did you not have Anthony's social security number? I don't know. I don't remember. I've actually had people say that. Less incriminating, but I mean, we'll let the jury decide what. And I don't know if I've stolen Anthony's social security number and was not authorized to use it, and I, without authorization, used his social security number and impersonated him. I don't know if I obtained it, used it, and impersonated him and locked him out of all credit accounts. I don't know if I did that. That's really weird, but I guess it's less incriminating. But I've actually heard comments where some people said variations, so I don't know, to questions like this. Okay, well, let the jury decide. But there, and usually, unless it's an edge case, there's only two answers to answer a yes or no question. Yes or no. Now, if I had to predict what will happen, they might have a larger percentage chance of saying nothing. They can't say yes, but it is true from what I have observed and have some evidence. Like definitive evidence of their crime. They can't say yes, but it is a yes. At least according to what? Evidence, which I do have. It is in, well, I'll tell authorities where it is at. And, okay. Now, or they can say no. But if they say no and they get caught and they're under perjury, that's way more jail. And that is zoomed out. I needed to zoom in so you can see my facial micro expressions. Okay. Because I have nothing to hide. I want more data, more evidence. Because evidence is my friend. Because I am not guilty. Okay, so they can say no. But when they know, and they're not stupid, they have lawyers. They'll eventually have lawyers if they aren't already talking to a lawyer. But when they talk to a lawyer, I guess what happens when you're guilty and you try to talk to a lawyer, that's a very awkward situation for the lawyer and for the person if they lose. So, okay, you're gonna lose if I get lucky. Or if there is a sense of moral justice somewhere existent or possible in the world. But anyway, I have to laugh because my life has been so painful. Because people have been trying to hurt me and lie to me most of my life. Or at least 12 years of my life. The last 12 years of my life. It seems. It feels like. But not a feeling. I do have evidence for the last 2 hospitalizations and the, identity theft that they definitively committed against me. Okay, so they could say no, but the more they say no on camera and on footage, right? The moment they get caught and are sentenced, because it's not a no, it's a yes. They did commit the crime, and it's not a no. If the more times they say no, that's more jail time or fine or whatever the punishment is for perjury. So they won't say anything. If they're guilty, okay. So if they, but I have to ask the jury, right? If I was hypothetically, if you didn't do anything wrong, just say I didn't do anything wrong. No, I did not commit identity theft. No, I did not ask anyone who knows your security number for your social security. No, I did not use your social security number to make accounts, false, lying accounts on Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, under your name, with your address, and your social security number, and your birthday, and your zip code. And I know I did not put it under my phone number. Because it was, two-factor authorization. Okay, just check the phone number. I'm sorry. I don't want to have to do this. I love them. I don't want to have to incriminate them. But they're hurting me, and I don't like being hurt. I don't like people lying about me to hurt me for a long time. So I don't want to get hurt. It's self-defense. And so, yeah, just check their phone number. Check their phone records. They could delete it on their side, but if the government or if my lawyer has access to, data, it's provable. Just check. It's not that hard. It's not too hard to be provable. Just check Experian, Equifax, TransUnion for their records. Two-factor authorization. Whose phone number was it when it opened the account? I'm sorry. Someone knows they're in trouble. Definitively. And I didn't want to have to do this. I prefer not to do this. I don't like doing this to you. I don't like doing this to your accomplice. I don't like doing this to your wife. I don't like doing this to your husband. I don't like doing this to the future kids that you may or may not have. I don't like doing this to your reputation. I do not want to do this to your reputation. I would prefer to love you. I would prefer to be gentle. I would actually prefer to take the hits and be, just attacked. And just turn my other cheek. Y'all know that I'm more of a turn my other cheek, the other cheek kind of guy. For those of you who know me, I'm super, if you ask me what do I prefer super pacifism. Unless I need to protect other people, like orphans, homeless, widows, strangers, fatherless. Now that I have a nonprofit, that's what I want to do. I have a reason to live, according to some other people. I live to protect orphans, the fatherless, the widow, the strangers, the poor, the people who need help, who don't have that much money. They need help. Check the Secretary of State, North Carolina Secretary of State, what Project Anthony is. It's a nonprofit 501c3 for what? Relief, fundraising, and relief. I've had videos just working up to this. Didn't expect this video though. I'd rather not have this video. Not against what? People who used to say that they love me? All my life. Only to find out, Do you love me now? I would want you to love me now. I love you. If you ask me, I love them still. But my love for them is what? If they do something illegal, what does love do? It's 40 minutes. I don't want it to be too long. I'm just going to cover the legal stuff, and I'll put it in another video. My thoughts. Okay, so they, a group of people committed identity theft. Obtained my social security number from a close confidant of mine, or someone who knows my social security number can have access to a physical copy of my. Well, I'm not going to finish that statement because I'll tell it to my lawyer if I need to. Well, was that data? Wait, hold on. Is this a tell? Was that data? Was that a false tell? What kind of tell was it? I'm going to tell my lawyer what that means. Okay. But for people involved, I'm going to tell you ahead of time, those who want to hurt me, I have at least 2 body cams, 2 audio equipment with me, audio recording equipment with me. I live in North Carolina. And if you want to talk to me, if you want to get near me, if you want to call me, you will be recorded. If you are physically close to me, I cannot guarantee that you will not be on body cam. Because I have evidence that people show behaviors of hostility, and they have motives of financial gain and hurting a witness with incriminating information of their felonies and crimes, and all the accomplices involved. Okay. If it's not you, I'm not making up shit for you. Or I'm not making up crap about you. If you have not done these things, don't worry. You'll win in court against a schizophrenic. No, seriously. If you have not done anything wrong, you should not be scared. You should not be worried. You also should not be offended. But if I have evidence and can prove people have hurt me, people have illegally committed felonies against me, I have to defend myself. You would too. So just, don't be hypocritical. If you can do it, I can do it too. No, if you can defend yourself is what I meant. If you can defend yourself and your financial integrity and your dignity, I can defend my financial integrity and dignity too. Okay. They have committed identity theft against me, and what they did was they locked me out of all my credit. And it ruined my credit, ironically, right? I was just making normal purchases of things that I like. Video games, food, tools. I was trying to do business stuff. Trying to think of several business ideas. And do business. Get money. After statements and texts saying that they will not help me financially anymore. They might kick me out. Threats of them kicking me out of a house and home and shelter in the winter. So what happens if you have threats of not having a home and threats that no one will help you financially anymore? And it looks like they will do it. They will kick me out and not help me. I was trying to be a peaceable person. I was highly offended, but they have their freedom, and they chose what they wanted to choose. So, well, that's their decision. So I wanted to be peaceful. I just wanted to do business. I bought things that I like for morale. I like video games. I've spent a lot of money on video games. Well, okay. I like media. I wanted to be a YouTuber. I spent a lot of money on YouTube equipment, and I actually used it. I want to have a business, so I got a Shopify account. Okay. Took me a while to figure it out. They blame me for being slow, not keeping my word, not like pretending, like schizophrenically pretending that I'm faking, doing a business. I'm like, no, I have receipts. I have a QuickBooks, I have a QuickBooks account with all my expenses, every receipt. Okay. You want to pin me with manic spending? I already know that, what I'm up against. If people are lying about me and trying to abuse me with false information. I know what lawyers do if they want to, prosecute someone with mental illness or a track record of mental illness. I don't have, just look at my record. Look at my audio recordings, my body cam, and my spy audio recording equipment footage. Now I have to be careful. You know what they're going to do? I have family members who live outside of North Carolina. And I have received calls from people outside of North Carolina. And I get, I have to be careful. I'm not scared. Unless I said I'm scared. But, I'm not scared now. Because when they call me from out of state, I'm like, okay. Because, legally, right now in North Carolina, if they call from out of state, I have to say, I'm recording you. This call is recorded and monitored. And then they hang up. Okay. They're free to hang up. But that's more data. Behaviors. They don't want to be recorded. It seems like they don't want to be recorded. Okay. Everyone doesn't want to be recorded around me. Ask them why. If you want to. I'll ask them why in court. Okay. Now, for people in North Carolina, and if you're not calling me or spoofing your location on a phone, because I know some tricks and tactics people who are just gamers can do. Anyway. But if you can, if as best as I could am aware, if it is not in North Carolina, well then I will treat it like it's not in North Carolina. This is being recorded. Do you want to talk to me? They'll hang up. All of them have hung up. At least now. After yesterday. Now, if they are in North Carolina, if you are in North Carolina, fair warning, it is legal in North Carolina for me to record without warning. I don't have to tell you I have audio equipment. Get your lawyer. I do not have to tell you I have audio equipment. I do not have to tell you you're being recorded. Only one party. All I need is, agreement by one person, like by a party within the conversation. And as long as I am in a public place or in my own house, or in my own legal residence, right? As long as I am in consent that I want to be recorded and I consent to myself being recorded, it's perfectly legal. I can record without warning anyone else because I have told myself and I agree, I don't mind having this recording and I consent to this recording. And in public places, it's perfectly legal. Find a lawyer. My lawyer paraphrased that to me. But just a fair warning. And we'll see how many people stop talking to me or start avoiding me. Why? I have nothing to hide. Evidence is my friend. Evidence is actually very much a schizophrenic or someone with a past history of mental illness and schizophrenia. It's their friend. Or it's their buddy. Because I have nothing to hide. I'm not guilty. Not even on evidence. Objective evidence. We'll let a forensics person decide. We'll let a behavioral scientist decide. We'll have an FBI agent decide if it gets that far. But it might not need to get that far. I don't want it to get that far. That's too ugly. I'm not aiming for it being ugly. That's not my preference. I would rather this not happen. It's my honest confession. I don't mind being hooked up to a lie detector if it's accurate. I don't mind being hooked up to an MRI to see if I'm feeling fear or anxiety. Hook me up. Ask me questions. I consent to more evidence and data, objective evidence and data used to prove my innocence and not hurt me. Or used to evaluate whether I'm guilty or not, or hallucinating or not. I consent to verifiable data, unbiased or objective. Verifiable data. I consent to it. Just, ask for the data first when you talk to me. Ask for the physical evidence. I'm not hallucinating. And if I'm hallucinating and I show you camera footage of them doing it to me, and you're like, how do you do that? It could be AI. Okay, check the checksum or check the whatever that's called. I'm not going to give you my phone. Tell your lawyer to get it from me. And you do your forensics, whatever you do, to check whether I deleted it, edited it, or it's AI. Because they can do that. I have nothing to hide. It's the raw footage. I did not even copy and paste it off of my phone yet because my lawyer told me not to do that, preferably, unless I need to. Anyway, the links I go to protect myself. I'm just thankful I have a lawyer now who will fight for me. Or no, well, I say lawyer, but it's more like a legal advisor. He might be a lawyer who is a legal advisor. But here's the thing. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just quoting my life's diary. This is like a memoir. Diary of what I experience, what I hear and see in my life. I am not doing this to recommend or tell you or anyone to do anything. I've actually said, you doubt this, you're confused, you find your lawyer. I'm not giving financial advice, I'm not giving legal advice, I'm not giving professional advice. I can play back this recording, I'm not giving any advice. I'm just saying what he told me. Me for me. He told me for me, not for you. You can do whatever you want. Listen to your lawyer. Do not listen to my lawyer, because he's not your lawyer. Unless he is. But, or my legal advisor. Because I have to protect myself. I have to protect myself. Now, at least. Okay. So they stole my identity, and they're just also guilty of other crimes. Damages. Is that a crime? Maybe not a crime, more like a offense. I don't know what's the legal term for it, but they've damaged my life financially. Much, much damage. Ruined my credit. That could be opportunity cost of thousands of dollars. I don't know how, a civil defense lawyer or, civil issues lawyer, calculates all the damages, but I have so many damages. I got some credit card debt because I spent things that I liked and I wanted to make a business, wanted to find something that just, would grow a business because, people forced me to live that way. And when I did, they got scared. That what? I don't know why. Ask them why I got scared. No. I didn't. That was a word flub. Ask them why they got scared. I am not scared. Check my eyes. I am not scared. Anyway. But they are scared. Just ask them why they're scared. They'll tell you. Okay, and after they tell you, I'll be like, okay, even if you're scared, why did you commit a felony? To either protect me or lie that you're protecting me. Perjury? or maybe future perjury, or a tell that shows motive, behaviors, consistencies, correlations, and they are tells of what, if you were to hypothesize what their behavior could be in the future, they might be prone or have a tendency or motive to commit perjury in the future. Just ask them. If you're curious, ask any one of them. Did you do this to Anthony? And they say, no, I didn't do it to Anthony. Okay. That actually socially and psychologically is the best way to say it. No, I didn't do anything to Anthony. That's not me. Okay, just say that. Now, if you record them, some people who want to defend their innocence, they'll be like, okay, record me. I never did that to Anthony. Oh, wait, you have it on record. Just don't subpoena me. I don't want drama. But if they're forced to communicate, then they'll say, I didn't do it to Anthony. And if they didn't do it to me, then there's no problem with saying it and having it caught on video. Your innocence is being caught on video. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Your innocence is caught on video. And your innocence caught on video will prove your innocence. And that's what I'm doing. My innocence caught on video and audio will be proven as innocence. But ask anyone in my family, did you do this to Anthony? Is it true? And they never say, no, I never did that. Or if they say, I didn't do that to Anthony. Okay. If you remember it, and if you record it, if you have evidence of it, see if they still say, no, I didn't do it to Anthony. I never did it to Anthony. Because once you have evidence, right, and they're accountable, responsible for what they say and the lies that they hurt people with, me with, see if they still say, I never did that to Anthony. There is no evidence that you can use to prove that I did that to Anthony. See what they say. They can't say yes unless they want to, they just want to, I want to own up. I love Anthony. He's my brother. And I messed up. I committed a crime. And I know other people do not get lucky. Some people do have felony records for the rest of their life. Some people do go to jail for 5 years. I know what I did. Legally, I deserve maybe years in prison, maybe a felony charge or felony strike on my record for the rest of my life. Because I broke the law, right? Is what they would say. I didn't break the law. But, Anthony Thomas Lim did not break the law. But the people I'm talking about, who I'm quoting their words, what they would say, hypothetically. Or might say hypothetically. That's what I meant. I'm role-playing. If you try to use it against me, saying that I committed a crime, just out of context, misuse my words against me. But for clarification, I could do lots of role play. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm quoting. If it sounds like I'm quoting, if I never said it, because I will say, the other party said, well, it was hypothetical. If you rewind and look at the context. If you're poetic and an actor, you can tell what I mean. You can tell what I mean. Okay. So they will, just ask them. If they say yes, I'm sorry, then I do forgive them. I will not look. If they say yes, I'm sorry for hurting you. Forgive me. I'm like, okay. You did commit a crime, and you might hurt me in the future. if you don't learn for your lesson from a crime you did legally, or no, you did illegally commit against me. And in America, if you're caught for a crime and it's proven, and you might have motive to hurt, you have to own up. You have to serve your time. You have to accept your consequences and responsibilities. Because everyone else gets consequences for some of the stuff they do. Some people get away, yes. But some people don't get away. Some people get caught and they serve time. It's nothing new. That's life. Maybe not your life, but it's a lot of people's lives. And they move on. They live. You know, they don't die in prison. People have, and they could get their money back. If they have skills, you know. The felony could hurt. The felony strike could hurt. But there's stories. You know, read the internet. Read accounts. Interview people who've been successful after a felony charge. It exists. Life moves on. And if you own up, I forgive you. You will be remembered as someone who did the best you could do after being weak. I understand weakness. But your weakness was a crime. And other people who have been weak have served sentences. And if you're guilty and are sentenced, you will serve your sentence too. If you're guilty. And it can be proven. Okay. So yeah, just ask them. They could say, yes, I did it, I'm sorry. Or they could say, no, I didn't do it, and mean it. Or they can say, no, I didn't do it, and lie. And then if you record it or have evidence of them saying no, okay, say it now. Perjury? Do you know what perjury is? Do you know what the punishment for perjury is? And slander. And libel. You know what? That's additional sentences. Or at least, it's considered when doing a sentence. Then you ask them, is this true? Is what you did true? Did you do something illegal? Did you commit a felony? Then ask them, did you commit a felony? Is it true? Against Anthony Thomas Lim. And then they could do the admirable thing of just, yes, I did. I'm sorry. And then record it. If they have nothing to hide, well, that is admirable. In a movie, at least. That's what I would do if I was caught and I was guilty. At least, me thinking now, if I had to play it through, I would do that. I would own up, go to jail, serve my time. Some people say it's easy for me. Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's never easy for me. Not like that. But I would do that. I would prefer to do that. Because I like owning up. I like being responsible. For morality. And those who know me, well, you can look at the evidence. If you have any. But I do have evidence. Okay. So, that was a little dramatic, but I need to protect myself. And I'm going to do more videos. Alright. Thank you, my YouTube people and my subscribers and people. No, I'm not going to do that. You can ignore the lifestyle market. This is not going to be a promotional pitch. I just want you to see my face. I'm a hero and I know it. Because I am a hero and I know it. There's my email. If you want to talk to me about anything, if you want to encourage me privately, my email's up there, anthony@projectanthony.com. My name's Anthony Thomas Lim. That is my signature. And I am a YouTuber. YouTube at Anthony Thomas Lim. Or / Anthony Thomas Lim. If you want to know about my life and want to have data about my personality and what I would do, you already have it. YouTube already has it. And there's more data. I just need to give it to my lawyer first. All right. No offense to people who might be guilty. But for the record, to me, what I have observed and what I have experienced, Y'all hurt me first for a long time. And if you believe eye for an eye, well, you will eat your words. If you want to eat your words. Or if you, force me to let you eat your words. I'm not going to hurt you. I just don't want to get hurt.